Witch spells. This spell expiry roll is more sustaining than the standard roll. When spell expiry roll applies 2d8 are rolled each round these spells are in effect. On a roll of 8, it ebbs out of existence. Relieve suffering. Uncover supernatural. Emancipate. Burgeoning roots. Conceal presence. Itch. Minor daydream. Hover. Assisted recall. Incriminate. Neutralizing squall. Expose delusion. Debilitate. Hallucinate. Daydream. Deanimate object. Return well-being. Ascend. Deceive. Sufficiency. Demolish triggers traps. Exchange position. Hold. Dim light. Secret warning. Confound. Bullet ward. Suicide. Divine consultation. Befuddle. Control wind. Protection from ice. End trance. Conclude magic. Duplicate. Serious daydream. Deep burgeoning roots. Hurling frenzy. Recede waters. Reverse aging. Mock. Mass hypnosis. Disintegrate, stone. Omen. Appraise. Retain composure. Repel object. Fill inscription. Deny deliverance. Arcane absorption, manipulation from damage if gen is higher than speed of spell. Cancel key. Hasten speech. Divine discussion. Fuse skeleton. Revive. Mass burgeoning roots. Unsummon. Degrade. Disintegrate, crystalline. Impose ETHEREALITY object not self. Formlessness. Protection from flames. Weapon ward. Monozone. Cancel kismet. Willful ward. Mollify creature. Summon VERDURAH sapling. Comprehend animals. Embittered determination. Breach circle. Protection from arcs. Cancel karma. Avert destruction. Coerce creatures. Comprehend language. Redirect hex. Expand skeleton. Cancel Ka. Mock. Range. 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Spell expiry roll applies. Creates a double of an enemy that will attack the original. It will have identical equipment and weapons and disappears if killed or kills the victim. The affected character will hesitate to attack the image of him, herself, and will have to roll under his rank on d10 each round to be able to hit the double. Crumble, stone. Range. 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Will crumble a single piece of stone, including concrete, no larger than 7 cubic meters by 7 cubic meters, to dust instantaneously. If crumble is cast on magical or living stone, an manipulation versus resilience roll must be made. Evaluate. Range. Sight. Manipulation versus resilience. Gives the wizard an accurate description of a successfully targeted character's profession, rank, health points and skills. Beckon object. Range. 50 meters. Beckon object can retrieve objects from as far away as 50 meters. The pull on the object will have a strength of the genetic score of the caster. Therefore, if I was trying to snatch something out of someone's hands with this spell, I would have to roll under the result of my genetics, strength, of person holding the item, on 1d20. The objects travel at genetic SM per round. Thwart salvation. Range. 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Cast after an opponent is dead, this spell aims to prevent magical enemies from rising from the dead. If the spell roll is made, there is no chance that the dead character will ever rise again but for the intervention of the gods. 8th rank witch spells. Age. Range. 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Spell expiry roll applies, lasts until dispelled, see below. If successful, this age spell ages its victim at the rate of d10 years per round. The ravages of time that are inflicted are permanent until dispelled. If it has not been dispelled in a year and a day after age was cast, the aging is truly permanent. Life expectancy on Aerith is usually around 100 years, any older than 100 equals a plus 0.3% chance per year, compounding, that death due to old age will occur. Mass hypnosis. Range. 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Spell expiry roll applies. Anyone in front of, within 1800, and within 50 meters of caster can be affected by the spell. Those who will be under the wizard's control and will move at half speed until the spell wears off. They cannot be commanded to kill themselves or each other, but can be told to kill those not under the spell who oppose the wizard. If the wizard responsible attacks anyone under mass hypnosis, then the spell is broken. Vision. Bestows panoptical vision on the caster. She will be able to see under any weather or lighting conditions. When this spell comes up against Banish Light or other such spells, the wizard will have to make an O manipulation versus rank of caster on D20 to see normally. Calm. O manipulation versus resilience, range 50 meters, spell expiry roll applies. Will make a wave of bliss and serenity cascade over 1d6 beings. This calm will cause them to ponder the mysteries of the universe and cannot be interrupted by the insignificant fact that they may be being hacked apart. Rune. This is a notorious spell used as a magical trap by high-ranking sorcerers and wizards. This rune is cast by inscribing an occult symbol on a wall, door, or other suitable object. He then imbues it with any spell he is able to use. A person must come within 5 meters of a wizard's exposed rune for it to activate, releasing the spell it held. Runes have a stealth of the caster's genetics plus rank. Some more inventive wizards have had a rune tattooed on their chest or arm. No more than one rune can be ready at one time. 9th rank witch spells. Hasten speech. Range. Touch, spell expiry roll applies. Cast on any magical character that uses verbal incantations exclusively, hasten speech will allow them to cast spells twice as fast, i.e. 2 per round. Internal shift. Range. 50 meters of manipulation versus resilience. With this psychological spell, the caster convinces his victim's deep subconscious that his lungs and intestines were in wrong place for all of these years and that they should change places, causing instant death, to 9 health points. Even if internal shift is unsuccessful, it delivers a painful d6p internal wound. Immolate can only be cast upon characters whose rank does not exceed 20th. Disarm many. Range 50 meters, O manipulation versus resilience S. Works in the same way as disarm, except that anyone with 50 meters except the caster is vulnerable. If they succumb, all of their non-magical weapons turn into various flowers. So powerful is the magic that is involved with this spell that it can affect enchanted weapons. If the O manipulation versus resilience roll is successful for the wizard on an opponent with a magical weapon, another O manipulation versus resilience roll is made with the resilience of the opponent adjusted because of the resistance of magical weaponry to spells. If the weapon is +1, the modifier is +3 to resilience, +2 weapons give +6 to resilience and +3 magical weapons add +9 to resilience for the purpose of these rolls. If a weapon is unique or highly magical, e.g. Hell Volley, Lacer Blade, then an O manipulation versus resilience +13 roll is made to see whether the wizard is lucky or powerful enough to transform a deadly, priceless tool of war into a worthless, harmless blossom. Debase. Range. Touch O manipulation versus resilience lasts until dispelled. Anything the caster touches will instantaneously change to be over a lower value. Euphorium, diamond. Diamond, stone. Stone, lime. Gems, glass. Platinum, gold. Gold, silver. Titanium, steel. To cast on another character's armor or weapon, a successful attack versus defense must be rolled, then an O manipulation versus resilience, to see whether debase takes effect. Each touch converts a single item no larger than a man. ETHEREALITY. Range. Personal, spell expiry roll applies, rolled 2 rounds in advance. Makes the caster intangible and cannot therefore be the target of non-magical physical attacks. In this state, the caster can walk through walls and is granted +40 to stealth. The caster of ethereality can cast no further spells whilst in ethereal form. If ethereality wears off whilst the caster is inside a solid object, she will instantly die. 10th rank witch spells. Converse. Duration, 3 minutes real time. Lets the player whose character casts the spell talk frankly and openly with the GM. The GM must give advice on the best way to complete whatever is being attempted, whom they might meet, their weaknesses and strengths, etc. Hospitate. Hospitate will bring any character back to life and full vitality even if from as bad as -12 health points. It also neutralizes any toxin in that character's system. A certain amount of positive mana is left in the body of the wizard who casts the spell. 1d3 health points are added to the caster's total, not beyond normal, on the casting of Hospitate. Incarnate. Spell expiry roll applies. Incarnate conjures up needed items from another plane. Any mundane item may be asked for. If this spell is cast for ammunition, 3 magazines of standard ammo will appear. Incarnate can be very useful when adventuring. Flasks of chemicals, up to a maximum of 3 ranks lower than a tech of the same rank as the caster could produce, may be conjured, although these and their effects dissipate into thin air when the spell expiry roll comes up. Potions, being magical, cannot be brought into being with incarnate. Natural substances such as tobacco can be attained with the use of this spell, however. Crumble, crystalline. Range: 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. Crumbles in a singular piece, no larger than 3 cubic meters by 3 meters 3, of non-magical diamond, azurium or euphorium into marble-sized pieces. This will have, round down, any set of such plate armor and destroy standard severblades, teeth, etc. If the substance has been enchanted or is indeed animated, an manipulation versus resilience roll must be made to determine whether the spell takes effect. With magical armor, the wearer's resilience is increased by +1 for every +1 bonus the suit has. Unique sets of armor, such as the much maligned Dreadnought suit, grant +6 resilience when dealing with crumble. Amethyum may be crumbled with this spell but gives +8 to resilience. 13th rank witch spells. Beckon Destruction. Duration: 33-36 days. Disaster. This spell is not really of the combat variety. It curses an area of land, town, valley, etc., with a chance in the next bilunar month, randomly determined within 33 days, equal to caster's rank plus genetics %, of some form of natural disaster or other calamity happening there. Some suggested misfortunes are listed below. Beckon Destruction may be dispelled if more magic points are invested in anti-magic spells. Wizards can use the power of Beckon Destruction to ransom settlements, although this is highly dangerous. Only one Beckon Destruction spell can operate on any given area at one time. 0108 Earthquake, 3d100p Destruction to buildings. 0916 Flood, 3d20p Flood Destruction to buildings, crops and equipment. Flood depth equals rankum, duration equals genetics hours. 1724 Cyclone, 12d12p AF to vehicles, buildings and exposed victims. 2533 Tornado, 50% chance of engulfing individual. Vehicle or building 14d12p AFD 100m fall damage. 3437 Tsunami, only in coastal regions, if not reroll 6d20p AF. 3845 Drought, all water mysteriously evaporates for d20 days. 4655 Plague, debilitating illness. Duration: 3d12 days or treatment, 1 from health points or attribute per day, random. 5670 Landslide, 2d100p AF to buildings, 100, reflexes plus evasion plus rank plus intellect, % chance of character being hit with 2d100p AF. 7175 Volcanic eruption, 5d 20% of area subjected to 4d100p AF, 97% chance of fire. 7680 Meteorite, d 100% of town subjected to 8d20p AF. 8195 Swarm of storm locusts, sea creatures. 8100 Multiple lightning strikes, chance of being targeted equals genetics plus intellect plus rank % speed 40, 4d10, 4d10p. Inward dissolution. Range: 50 meters. Manipulation versus resilience. This deadly spell dissolves the walls of major internal organs and blood vessels so as to make the internals of its single victim's mix, virtually irreparably, takes them to 17 health points. Even if inward dissolution fails, an opponent always suffers d12 health points damage. Inward dissolution can be cast successfully on any character up to and including 30th rank.